By now, you've prepared your speech, your introduction to the class, and maybe you felt a little stage fright. If you didn't feel stage fright doing that, then maybe at some other time in your life you stood in front of a group of people and your body freaked out. Let's talk about that and a little bit about what that is and what you can do about it, and maybe why not to worry so much about it. Let's start by talking about what happened to your body. When we talk about stage fright, speech anxiety, sometimes it's called, we're talking about a number of symptoms. Maybe you felt some of them. I hope none of you have felt all of them. But some of you perhaps may have found yourself blushing or flushing. Getting red in the face. That happens to folks. We can talk about your heart racing. Maybe some of you found yourselves hyperventilating, breathing too fast, too shallowly. Some of you, maybe all of you, found yourselves shaking. Your hands are going, feel like your whole body is dealing with a dose of electricity. Maybe some of you found yourself stammering, tripping over words, saying and and like and well when you didn't mean to. Dry mouth, anybody? And of course, pretty much everybody gets butterflies. In your stomach, which I understand in Spanish is mariposas en el estómago. And apparently, as far as I can tell, only those two languages have that metaphor in their language, the butterflies in your stomach. I don't know if English picked it up from Spanish or Spanish picked it up from English. Other languages just call it nervousness. It's not a thing. But I'm guessing a lot of you felt that. And there is the big one, what I call the brain fog. My guess is that most of you remember I'm next, and you remember I'm sitting down again, and what happened in the middle isn't really very clear. It's kind of foggy. You know you did something, maybe you had tunnel vision, but it's pretty much a blur. The brain fog. These and a few others, I suppose, are pretty typical reactions to stage fright. And you're not alone. Way back in 1976, the London Times did a survey of Americans, and they asked them about what their greatest fear was. Most Americans said their number one fear was public speaking. Their number two fear? Death. Or as Jerry Seinfeld said, you would rather be in the coffin than doing the eulogy. You're not alone. There's been a lot of speculation about why this happens. Perhaps the best theory goes way back to when human beings were primitive creatures living in caves. So what is this? Let's take a look at it for a minute. Have you taken psychology yet? If you have, maybe you recognize some of these syndromes here, these symptoms of a syndrome. Ultimately, this is what's known in psychology as flight or fight or freeze.